Hi. So once again, I have experienced technical difficulties. So that means that you get the bonus of having a live plant party and not just the recording of my other video. What a blessing. And I'm excited to be going on again. So it's a plant party all for the month of January. Why? Because January is my birthday month and the plants want to come and party. So the plants and I have a bit of a special relationship. I work with them, they work with me, we communicate, we interact, we offer guidance, services, nourishment, all of those things. Fun, joy, soothing, excitement, comfort. Oh, sometimes a little zing. We're talking about xanthox xylem there, a little prickly ash. Yeah, so who am I? I am Hillary Raven Porter, and I'm an integrative healer and ascension guide and mentor, and I help people cross over that threshold into that awakening of their inner truth, into that awakening of that which is themselves so vibrantly fully expressed and loved. Peeling back those layers of expectations, assumptions, all of those things that have been built up upon them to manifest physically, aches, pains, chronic conditions, mentally with depression and anxiety and insomnia, spiritually with ascension and awakening in the modern world. I draw upon many different modalities depending on what comes up because each session is completely customized. Unless, of course, you want pins and you can come to me just for acupuncture. But even then, that's when the herbs come in. I'm a spiritual intuitive as well, so I get the channeled guidance from the seven sisters, of which I am 8. Their wisdom. So partying with the plants this month, we are talking about this lovely little beautiful thing. Do you know what this is? This is Syzygium aromaticum, or clove. Let's see. Clove. Who knew? We have so many potent healers and guides within our cupboards at our very fingertips that you may use on a daily basis and not even know. From cinnamon to thyme to basil to oregano to clove to nutmeg. Star anise. Oh, I love star anise. So good. So delicious. So, Syzygium aromaticum, clove. Who are they? So the plants appear to me, many of them do. I'm not going to say all of them do. Some of them are still shy, or I have not had the time to get to know them in the way that they feel comfortable to show me their true full personalities. But the ones that have shown themselves to me and that I work with on a highly regular basis, they show as a personality, head to toe. They're a full, when I close my eyes, I see them as a full being. So for example, St. John's wort we've talked about is the hair of that very priest type look, the old Renaissance priest type. And let's see who else. Eleutherococcus sentacosa, Siberian ginseng, is very much the old hippie lady with the long gray hair. I might have a purple streak in it. She wears the long flowy clothes and she's kind of cool and hip. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? We'll get into more of them as well. You can go back. I should have posted all of them. I think I'm just double checking in with myself. This eclipse has been making things a little, and time frames are a little warped. So thank you for bearing with me. I am sure you might be feeling the same things as I am, or variations thereof. So yes, you can go back and check out. We've already talked about borage, and we've talked about my love, Simicifuga racemosa, which is black cohosh, and St. John's wort with a little bit of Gallium aperine, a little bit of cleavers tied in there. But clove, Syzygium aromaticum. I'm going to read you what they've shown me and what they have told me way back when I first started sitting with them. They said, I am here to align your astral body and earthly self, to maintain your being grounded while being in anxiety-driven situations. So what does that even mean? Who are they? What is their personality? How do they do this? So this little thing looks like a scepter. me, a scepter. You see, like they got the stick with the circle on top that it would hold the like orb, the like crystal ball sort of thing. And the being that holds this is the wizard. You know those pictures that you'll see, and there's this wizard standing in his power, so full and strong and tall. And he's got one arm up. You can't even see it because I'm holding it. He's got one arm up, and it's super high in the air. And there's lightning crashing all around him, and part of that lightning is electrically hitting the top of his scepter. He might have waves behind him. I always see him as waves behind him, big and crashing and full, and there's a storm raging. And even through all of this chaos and anxiety driving states, he is grounded and rooted and strong. And in that middle of that picture, he looks powerful and potent. So anxiety can be like that crackling of lightning, that crackling, the electrical currents of other people around you, and it affects you, it gets into you. And if you're already in this like heightened state and you're like, everything is too much, how do I stay grounded? Because it takes that crackling, it takes that energy, and it roots it through you, and it grounds you out with it. It uses it as your power as opposed to your challenge. It allows that connection tall. I always also think of this as like your spine with your head on the top. Powerful, strong, firmly grounded, firmly rooted, aligned, so that the energy can flow up and down your spine and it is not stuck. That's part of why we get this anxiety, is because the energy stops. Can't see where I'm hitting, but the energy stops like right behind your head, like on your C-spine, like top of your shoulder blades, but up your spine. And we feel disconnected because we are. The flow of energy cannot keep going. Okay. Clove. You might also know clove. So it connects you into your whole being, top to bottom. Heaven, astral body, down to earthly body. It's a little bit different than Althea. So Althea connects you, Rad, especially Root, connects you into the matrix of the earth, whereas Sumisifuga connects you into the matrix of the stars. So this is grounding you. This is connecting you from the stars to the earth, but not to the matrix. So the matrix is kind of like connecting into every little point. Excuse me, to every little point, the full matrix. This is allowing you just to connect up and in, and so it can be less intense. Connecting into the well, depends. Connecting into the matrix can be less intense if that's what you need, is multiple connections. But if you just need to know, it's like taking that book or your sketchbook to a house party, and you're not connecting into everybody, but you just want to be around everybody. I used to do this a lot. I still kind of do it sometimes. So you just want that energy around you, but you don't want that intense connection. Clove. You can't see if this touched my hair. I'm going backwards. Clove. Clove is also really amazing for pain. So it's really great in mouthwash because it's also like antimicrobial. It's gonna go if so. The old thing that they used to do is they stick a clove if you have a cavity, because you stick it in there, and one, it's gonna kill the pain, but two, it's also gonna kill any of the non-beneficial bugs that are kicking around in there. Right? It tastes really good too. So it's very warming. It's also very balancing. So in its warming capacity, it'll actually, so if you have something like Raynaud's phenomenon, which you could have Raynaud's disease as well, which basically your hands and your legs, and it also your feet, it also does affect your other capillaries and your other arteries and veins, because it's not just going to affect just your capillaries, but it's an autoimmune condition, and you have a hard time balancing your circulation, let's say. And if you're having a flare, all of a sudden your hands and your feet go purple, white. Very painful, can be very, very painful. Sometimes it happens randomly if you're having an autoimmune flare, but it is triggered also by cold. You basically don't reheat as quickly as regular, there are people that do not have this condition. I'm not going to say regular people. Because what is regular anyways? My regular is my regular. So it is a peripheral circulatory. So it'll actually help move everything out to there. It does also really good at balancing. Right? It will lower your blood pressure, excuse me, or raise your blood pressure. It's also very good at balancing. So if you tend to fluctuate hot or you go cold and you're just like, I can't, I have no regulation. No, I don't know what's happening. Clove is going to help you. If I chewed on this right now, I would spike, right? I'd be like, woo, super hot, a little bit high probably is how it would feel. Everything would be a little bit surreal. And then it would go down because you've reached this heightened state and then it would go down, but then it balances out. And I kind of equate it to if you drink a cup of hot coffee on a hot day, you kind of might get this little surge of heat, but then you balance out to the temperature and you actually feel more comfortable because your body temperature is more in line with your surroundings. So clove, the digestive, once again, going back to the digestion, because what is the digestion? You've probably heard me talk about this a couple of times, and I'll probably talk about it a couple more, but our digestion is how we absorb and how we integrate and assimilate the environment around us. So if we're having digestion issues, yeah, we're sitting there going, I'm not absorbing what's going on around me. I'm not able to assimilate and digest the situations, the circumstances, the relationships, the experiences, any of that that's happening around me. Help your digestion to help that assimilation. Okay. So let's see, was there anything else I noted? Oh, this one. So in moderate doses, so a little bit higher, you don't want to go too high because then you'll actually end up feeling quite nauseous and quite sick. But in moderate doses, clove is really good at helping you sleep. So good at helping you sleep. I love clove. I have clove every morning on my fruit bowl. It's so good. Some people are really not clove people, but their volatile oils are quite potent. And they come out, so the volatile oils, when they go through your body, when they're being processed, go through your liver, your kidneys, your skin, your lungs. These are all excretory pathways, all ways that we eliminate toxins or eliminate waste or eliminate things within our body, right, from our body. So the volatile oils go through there, and as they're going through there, they're cleaning it out. They're helping clear that slate to allow for the good things. I don't know using that. Allowing for the beneficial things for you to then move in. Clean slate. Kind of been a theme of that. Talked about St. John's wort, that was also a clean slate. And I'm always very intrigued about how these herbs, I originally had set up a calendar and said, okay, this day I'm going to talk about this plant, this day, this one, this one, this one. They said no. They straight up were like, no. And they've just switched it all around. And the way that they've been coming out has been amazing. The heart ones all want to come out together. These guys have all been flowing together. The synchronicities, right? I love the synchronicities. So clove is in your cupboard and is very potent. Once again, I will say, sitting with the plants, learning about the plants, feeling into the plants, getting to know the plants, and like if you're using it in cooking and stuff like that, it's different than using it in therapeutic doses. But even then, if you're touching into the spirit realm and stuff like that, it can be okay. But if you are diving in deeper, and even if you are diving into the spirit realm, please make sure that you are speaking to somebody who has experience or training. Training, I put in quotes, because everybody has different experiences and different skills in regards to these. You don't necessarily need a diploma for it. But tune in to these people that you connect with and ask them the questions. Have somebody guide you, because there can be safety around these. And it's okay to ask for this help and this guidance. Doesn't mean there's weakness. You still are doing the work, but you have somebody there holding your hand and you're like, you know what, you're doing a good job. And asking you those questions that you're afraid to ask yourself, or like stepping back and be like, no, I don't want to ask this question. Right? We go to the gym, we have somebody spot us. We go to the gym, we ask for a gym partner. And we're like, hey, because they're going to nudge us along. Same thing. But it's also safety, because some plants and some herbs, there's contraindications with illness that you may have already, or medications around, or other supplements too. Just because something is healthy and natural does not mean that it is not going to not work well with other natural and healthy things that you may be putting into your body. Okay, so that is another one of my beautiful loves. I absolutely love clove. And see one more time. Look at him. He's so awesome. The wizard on top of the hill with the scepter and the staff, harnessing that lightning to ground out within the earth. Okay, so much love and stardust. I am off to have some lunch with the kidlet, and then we're going to the trampoline park. How much fun is that going to be? Flying squirrel. Okay. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Remember, take it easy. Go with the flow because tomorrow is the eclipse. Okay. Mwah.